Okay, so Taiwan has watermelon milk. I don't understand this, but I'm kind of for it. I love watermelon. And also just in terms of milk, for some reason I can drink a lot of milk here and be okay. I'm not bloated, I'm not passing gas all the time. This is actually really good. It's really good. It's exactly what you expect. It's just watermelon juice mixed with milk. Good morning. Good morning. We just left the hotel. We're gonna go to the National Palace Museum, which is there's a version in Beijing which is much bigger, but there's some cool stuff at the museum. Here's the hotel behind us, very big. In fact, I took this plane from Kinmen, and on the way flying up, you can actually see this up on the north end of Taipei. Big place. It's raining really hard, but I got some red tea ice cream, and the shop owner was really nice and lent me her umbrella because I didn't have one. Stream. We got a bamboo forest here. We have a koi fish pond here. I don't know if you can see it. These are black koi fish. The entire calmness of this right now, the lack of people, and just the sound of the rain. This is so ASMR right now. We got 24-hour rain sound, serenity, peace. Let's continue our adventure. Very cool structures. All right, let's go get our ticket. If you've ever been to the Met, you'll see lots of different cultures have Buddhist artifacts. But these are specifically from Chinese dynasty. So this one is from the Northern Wei dynasty in the year 477. And this is Buddhist Shakyamuni. Rare because if you've been to any of the big museums in the US or in Britain, it's interesting to see the depiction of the Buddha in various cultures. Like some of them make them obviously more Indian, some of them make more Asian. This one is a statue from the Tang dynasty. So this is the 9th and 8th century bronze statue. It's really interesting for me because a lot of these are Chinese inspired arts and artifacts and historical items. The Bodhisattva is very prominent in Chinese Buddhism. Isn't there like a game where you're like half in a pot and you have to get yourself up a bunch of obstacles to win the game? This is that Chinese version of it. I have the Tiger Man. I sound so ignorant right now. This weird looking guy here. A lot of these come from the Shanghai Jing, which is like a book that collects a lot of the descriptive details of monster-like figures in prehistoric China. This is so cool. This is like every Chinese kid's childhood story. 8 deities cross the ocean. So you have 8 of them. They all have different abilities. And Elder Zhang, and he rides the donkey backwards because he realized that if you go forward, it's like actually backwards. So it's if you ride it backwards, then you're actually going forward. So that was his whole argument of where things are headed. The interesting thing about China is it's actually very accepting to different religions and different beliefs, even though back in the days, Taoism and traditional worshipping of different deities was very common. Buddhism was very much a pervasive part of its spiritual beliefs, cultural beliefs, and part of what shaped Chinese culture for different dynasties. And through all that, the Chinese people and its civilization is one where it really blends multiple different religions and what they preached, right? The values of goodness, the values of truth, because Taoism was really about truth and Buddhism was really about compassion and love. And so combine these together, these formed, as well as Confucianism, Lao Tzu teaching of Taoism, all of these things really form the basis of Chinese value. In a cool section, Chinese furnitures and furnishing. The thing I like about how they do downtimes and breaks is they have the whole setup. Like they got, you have to have the right table. You can play some Chinese checkers here. You got to have the vibe, right? The wooden table, to be able to drink your tea. Like it's all about the atmosphere here. Like imagine doing your work at this desk. All the jade, you got all the gold, you got all the carvings, and that massive chair behind it. That's how you're supposed to do it. We in modern time, the reason why productivity is at all-time lows because we don't have this kind of vibe. Like this is the place you chill, man. You just lay there, you just drink some tea, eat some, cookies and crackers, whatnot, and have a good time. For me, the thing with like fine china and all these things, right? Like all these things, it doesn't really appeal to me. For me, it's like, yeah, okay, there's craftsmanship involved, but I don't know, maybe I'm just not cultured enough. We're now in the exhibition for one of the classic Chinese novels, Red Chamber's Dream of the Red Chamber. It's so if you ever read it, you'd think it might be like a Chinese version of Romeo and Juliet, but it's so complicated. I don't understand it. The other ones make more sense, like Three Kingdom, Outlaws of the Marsh, and Journey of the West, right? Those make sense. Very straightforward stories. But Dream of the Red Chamber doesn't make sense to me. Watercolor painting or Chinese painting, it's really about the vibe. It's about depicting how this entire scenery is expressing an emotion. Usually quite dark tone or cold tone in the sense that like you think this whole place looks pretty cold. Because they use a lot of, ink color. So it's rather dark, it's green. Here's the star of the show. The Chinese gemstones that look like the jade cabbage. That's the jadeite cabbage from the Qing dynasty. There's also the meat-shaped stone, which looks like a piece of pork belly. That's also a natural formation. Now here we have different gemstones being carved into very nice looking things. Pingfeng, which is essentially you can extend or collapse this to block views.
This is sick. I'm in an MRT station and they got a karaoke booth here, man. Anytime you want to just like release your frustration, anger, or maybe you're just happy, you can just pop into the karaoke booth and just sing. Convenience is on another level, like who would want to not come and do this occasionally? Shout out to Jesus Artoga and Stan from Poland. They're two awesome Taiwan-based YouTubers, and I had reached out to them for some recommendations in Taiwan, and they were able to show me some really important details when it comes to how to tour around, what to ask, and things like that. So thank you very much again. Check out their channels. It will be in the link in the description below. All right, we're at Ximending, the Taiwan, Taipei version of the Times Square. Big billboards, LED billboards, flashy lights. A lot of people. We're gonna go visit this beer bar that a viewer recommended I'd go. There's something to check out. So we're on our way there. It's a lot of people around.
I don't drink, so I'm gonna ask if they have any non-alcoholic beer. This is the Ximen Beer Bar, established 1994. Hello， 请问你有无酒精啤酒吗？
没有，
没有无酒精。那我可以拍一下那个维尼熊那边吗？
没有来过。
没有来过。请问机销是多少钱呢
300台币。
？OK， 就有食品也可以吃是吧？
我的话，在大陆吗？
没有没有，我是美国来的。
难怪，欢迎这种感慨。
因为其实我的一个观众给我推荐来这里，
啊，真的、啊？
对，他说一定要西门町一定要来看这家。我不知道我可不可以拍您？
对。
不要 ，OK， 正好我没有拍到。All right, so I just had an amazing time in Ximen Beer Bar. If you guys are ever in Taipei at Ximending, come check this place out. It's amazing. Bartender Leslie, we just had a great conversation. She just introduced me to a bunch of places that I should be going to. But also, she was very shocked that I was a YouTuber, which is funny. I also met a couple from Holland. So it was a very interesting time and good to hear from people.
党的想法，但是你不能把台湾卖掉。再过一些政治人物，我们在聊天嘛。我说国民党有国民党立场，民进党民进党立场。我说我不喜欢民进党，我也不喜欢国民党。但是我觉得有一件事情是要有共识的，你就是不能舔共。因为你看香港就是一个活生生血淋淋的例，我载过很多香港人啊。
对，我其实一直就感觉很好奇一件事情，因为我感觉现在大陆的说法是没法解释这件事情，就是为什么台湾会有一个总统，然后但不可以把它称为一个国家这样子。
因为共产党一直想把台湾吃掉，原因第一个是他名不正言不顺嘛。
对啊。
如果就中国他们讲的5000年历史来讲，就中国文化他们一直讲5000年嘛，对不对？
对。
那你中国共产党就是什么？就是叛党，就是你不是正宗的一个执政权，你懂我的意思吧？
我明白。
对，如果照一直要讲5000年就是这样子嘛。我也觉得说，我就跟他们讲啊，其实为什么一定要分？而且我也跟他们讲，其实叫大家过自己的生活就好了。我在哪里出生就是哪里人啊。为什么说你要灌在我身上？就是因为我的祖先是从中国出来的，那我就是中国人。那还是说，只要是全世界有中国人的地方，都是属于中国的。
对啊，那新加坡还说华语，那也不能说。
对嘛。
On this side is the president's office. Very, very nice. I'm inside the Taiwan president's office, and we're on the first floor, so we just got inside. This is the inner garden. Let's go take a look. So we'll try to skip this. This is all of the presidents of the Republic of China. Obviously, the irony is that as a pseudo country, there's been various presidents, elections, and yet they won't admit that it's an actual country. Here is the national seal, which is even throughout different dynasties in China, the national seal is effectively like the stamp of authorization, the royal stamp, etc. And this is the Order of Brilliant Jade with Grand Cordon. This is of the highest order that you can receive. So this is the current president, Lai Ching-te, elected last year. Tsai Ing-wen before was 2016 to 2024, 8 years. So this is now the third term of the DPP. Ma Ying-jeou, another 8 years, but this was the KMT. Before him was Chen Shui-bian, which is another 8 years of DPP. Li Tenghui is the first president from post-martial order. And he was the first, you could say, first elected democratic president. Chiang Ching-kuo, we covered the son of Chiang Kai-shek. 10 years, he oversaw he basically lifted the martial order in 1987. So that was one of his biggest legacies. Yang Cha-kang, 3 years. And Chiang Kai-shek. Very interesting, right? That you can go into the president's office. You can't go into Beijing, go to Zhongnanhai and visit Xi Jinping. Can't do that, but I don't think you'll see the president here, but for security reasons, obviously. The core of Taiwan, semiconductor technology. What people have gone through to earn the democratic rights, such as the ability to vote and the ability to have, religious freedom, and all of this taking in like 2 or 3 times the speed of most countries. Like, how long did it take for the United States? An entire revolution of independence. That's a photo of protest against the White Terror. This is the legislature. But it's also one where it's says the sausage is a democratic sausage or democracy sausage. So I'm in line to take a selfie with the president and the vice president. So there's a long line behind me, so I'm gonna try to sneak. All right, that took too long, so instead I'll just have a selfie with them here now. Stay free, Taiwan. Maybe one day we can call you guys a real country. Honestly, this heat is no joke for someone who's not used to the level of humidity and the temperature. It's like plus 90 or 30 degrees Celsius right now, and with the humidity, honestly feels like it's plus like 100. Yeah, look at me. This is not from the rain. This is from me walking with a poncho. Probably a bad idea, but also because I'm carrying so much stuff, I don't want to have to. We're arriving at the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial. Chiang Kai-shek. Can't talk today. The Freedom Square / a bunch of stuff, Chiang Kai-shek Memorial and all that. Correct myself, it's called Liberty Square, not Freedom Square. That's the proper name. At least that's what it says on Google. It's a very big square. It's actually smaller than I thought, because I've seen some photos of people doing stuff here, and it's much bigger in photo. And so I'll show you here. Left of that is the National Theater, and there's a similar building to the right. I don't know what that is. There's that giant Lincoln statue. Here, giant Chiang Kai-shek. I mean, some people would say he's like a good guy. Some people say he's a bad guy. He was anti-CCP, right? He was. So if he was alive today, well, I mean, he's rolling in his graves of what the current KMT is doing. But other than that, he was a dictator. So I tried to speak to a group of Hong Kong kids from Hong Kong, and doesn't seem like they wanted to tell me much, or maybe it's because of their language barrier. Okay, so this is actually the group that I was talking to, and they asked me to delete it, so look at that. So this is very similar to if you would see the Forbidden City. They have the middle part is stone carvings. Pretty view. Chiang Kai-shek, the 3 columns. So this is the performance of the guards. I heard that they used to have like a guard switch performance instead, but now they changed it. Okay, so I just did a quick interview with a bunch of kids from high school age kids from Hong Kong, and they were reluctant to talk, right? And they asked me to delete the video of them because they don't want their stuff to be used against them because they're trying to apply to college. So that's how ridiculous it's getting in Hong Kong now. The country that used to be known for some level of freedom, much like in Taiwan, they're now afraid to talk. That's the crazy stuff, you know? I can't believe that actually happened. Now, I obviously, for the goodness of it, I deleted it. I wasn't gonna cause them any harm, but just imagine that. This hotel is crazy. I'm in the hotel, I just checked in, and here's the insane part about this hotel. It's price-wise, it's $100 or something a night, which for a 5-star hotel is not that bad at all, right? But this hotel has so many of these, I don't know if you can see it, but they have so many of these carvings of dragons and phoenixes that I heard from the cab drivers that apparently if you counted all of them, it'd be like 20,000 or something like that. A crazy amount of numbers. Now, the story is Chiang Kai-shek wanted to have a place to receive like all of the top officials from foreign countries. And then he's like, let me just build this grand palace. It's like 13 stories high to impress the foreigners, you know? And he built this place. Okay, this is like one dragon. I believe this is limestone, or I think it's limestone. So all of this, every single one of them. And then that's just the dragons, and then you have the phoenix. What was carved onto the roof, the ceilings, and I can't count the number of floors, but I'll try. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, plus the main floor is 12 floors. So this is one of the passageways, secret passageways. I don't think it's open though. I mean, you can go in, you can check, but I don't think it's open right now. Hello? So this will take you to the former residence of Kong Er Xiaojie, which is Miss Kong Second. Let's see if we can get out. Whoa, look at that. Well, you hear the wind too. Whoa, this is crazy. Like I hear the sound. Actually, not that far relatively to, because we're up on a hill. So even if we go down a few stairs, it's still like not that far. Hello. 好。Okay, 好的。Oh, look at this. A little nice garden walk. Very pretty. Pretty at night. We got the hotel behind us there. So Miss Kong's home, aka Kong the Second. So you're not allowed to go in now because it's not open, but you can look at the seats here. This hotel has made a lot of history. Like I mentioned, it's used to receive a lot of foreign guests, right? But it goes much further than that. So this is most recent. It's the president of Taiwan speaking here. Celebrities in Asia came as well. I believe this was to promote a movie called Curse of the Golden Flower. Director Li An's movie Eat, Drink, Man, Woman. And they opened the filming here. Wow, this is Elizabeth Taylor here in second visit to Taiwan. She came here. I'm sorry if the glaring is Nelson Mandela. By former president of Philippines, Corazon Aquino. Margaret Thatcher was here as well. A visit by Bill Clinton in 1979. Much younger face here. He was the governor at the time, Arkansas. This is the King of Tonga. This is Prime Minister of Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew. And he stayed here 25 times. So here we have the President of South Korea, Park Chung-hee, with his wife. They were here. Good old LB was here with Chiang Kai-shek. President Eisenhower meeting Madam Chiang. We have King of Jordan. So this was the King of Iran, was the first foreign leader to stay at the Grand Hotel.